Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of season 2 of the Eco Bitch Actress podcast. I can't believe I made it here. Let's welcome back our co-host, Superman. Congrats, Eco Bitch. Amazing. Life has been pretty calm recently. Since my trip back from New York, I have been so traumatized by those New York open mics. I have not gone to one yet, even in LA. Just kidding. That's just an excuse for my laziness. I went to a casting director class today. It's been a busy day, but I have not forgotten my 11 fans. What? Are you being sarcastic? Did we just met today? Sarcastic can be my middle name. Great. If you have never listened to this podcast, we will start with an eco tip that's great for the environment. Might not be for you, but who cares? Followed by an exciting actress story. Today's eco tip is very important. Listen up. It goes back to my childhood. So I remember whenever I was having a cold, probably 90% of the time, I did not go to the doctors nor take any medicine. The way we did it, starting from my grandma, is if it's not too serious, don't take any Western medicine. Instead, just lay there in a state of near death and suck it up. Yes, I put it in a funny way, but that has been the truth for me and my brothers and my parents too. Unless it's really serious, we did not go to the hospital. It's not about the money. Like, healthcare in Taiwan was really cheap. So if I were to go to a clinic to see a doctor for a common cold, it would be maybe $4. So it's not like, no, I'm not going to spend the $4. But okay, I don't care if it's controversial. This is my podcast and I get to say whatever I want. Western medicine is not the solution because it only blocks the things for like 2 hours. So it blocks the cough, runny nose, whatever you take, but it's not healing your body. It's just stopping you from feeling everything. And your body still has to work to heal itself. So it's still your body healing itself. So it's like you're an ostrich hiding your head in the sand like, doo-doo-doo, I'm not feeling anything. I'm not sick. Maybe I can convince myself I'm not sick. When you take those pills, like painkillers or, things that are not absolutely necessary for your common cold and you're not dying, you're just having mild symptoms. I see people popping pills here like just for the sake of it. And this is turning into a wellness tip. Should I change my whole podcast to Wellness Bitch Podcast? No, that sounds very strange. So anyway, the part of it that's eco is, well, first of all, it also costs a lot of money to buy the pills. If you're not paying the bills for the pills, you're making all of us pay for your pills through, healthcare like Medicare. And at least in Chinese medicine, painkillers are just gonna be stuck in your body for a few years. You're gonna have to do a lot more things like, I don't know, sweat it out, or I don't know how you have to do it, but you have to clean it out or your body just is gonna be filled with chemicals, which is as uneco as you can get. Okay, if you want to be an eco bitch, which is why you're listening, eco bitch, don't take pills unless she's like really, really needs to. I have old painkillers from maybe 9, 10 years ago, when I had to take one. And pills are not something you kind of share or donate. There's nothing you can do with pills but to throw them away. It's such a big medical waste. It's so underrated. And the whole industry is such a big industry. And the pharmacy, the whole medical industry, it's such a big one. And they're all brainwashing everybody. So I am almost shedding tears for the common people who think the pills are doing you anything. I'm saying the painkillers are just blocking the pain for 2 hours. And then you still gotta heal. You still gotta go through the pain to heal. So I don't know. To me, I just feel like I would rather endure the pain. That's part of healing. Instead of just getting these pills that you take just one and then there are 10 more that just lay there in the cabinet rotting or never rotting because they're not biodegradable fucking medical waste. It's a huge pollution. Okay, we're back on track. Don't get any pills when you don't have to. I remember when I cut what did I cut? Either my finger or what did I cut? I think it's my finger. I had to go to the urgent care and they gave me something. Then they're like, there's an option to extend it, but it was an option that I didn't need. So I said no. But I could see how other people would say yes, because I could see a normal, greedy, common person's non-eco bitch say yes to extra pill just for what? Your peace of mind? No, you're just creating medical waste. That's all. Be an eco bitch. Say no to medical waste. Great. Let's move on to the actress story. Today's actress story is more like a record for me because it's a meaningful class. I was talking about casting director classes. Non-actor people probably don't understand. Some casting directors offer classes where they kind of help you with acting, but it's really strict. It's not like you can get a job by taking their classes. At the end of the day, it is still whoever fits the role the best in all aspects. So I took this class with this casting director. I won't mention the name, but she's really big. And I picked my own scene, and I didn't know what to pick. So I picked one of my favorite classic stable, which was a scene from Clueless. Sure, as if. Yeah. And it's the scene where she makes a speech in front of her peers in the high school. She's like, there's no RSVP on the Statue of Liberty. I just really love it. I love it. I love the scene. So I did it. I don't have to have blonde hair to do that scene, okay? Who are you talking to? I don't know. I was talking to the ether. Yeah, nobody cares. Of course I can do the scene. And I don't have to be blonde. But it's just the demon inside of me. That's it. Okay, shut up. So I did that scene. Everyone loved it when I did it in other classes and auditions. And this time when I did it without saying where the scene was from, this casting director knew what scene it was from. She's like, well, that's Clueless. It's my absolute favorite movie. And I was like, oh, me too, because it is. That's why I picked it. And I thought I was having an edge. I was like, hey, I picked the exact best scene to impress. So the goal was to impress the casting director so they'll remember you for their later projects. But then her face was sus. It's basically, if you're going to do such an iconic scene, people will compare you to the original performance. And who the fuck are you? As in, it's not like you're not great. But of course, the iconic performance will win, not because you suck, but because it's iconic. Unless you kind of have some sort of magical powers to overpower, to outdo the original performance and be better than them, which, as I said, is nearly impossible because iconic things are iconic for a reason. It's imprinted in the person's memory. That's iconic. So it has been endowed meaning to that person. So you cannot just compare. Nothing will compare, no matter what you did, no matter how excellent it is. That was my takeaway because I did the scene again and she probably watched it a million times and she's a film nerd. Yeah, like all of them are. And she could do every line like me, which is actually a bad thing to be because then she's comparing me to Alicia Silverstone. Oh my God, right? Actually, in 2025, I would probably be the better person to portray that role just because of this, you don't want another of the same thing if they're remaking it. But of course, like if this is her childhood memory watching it, in theaters, how am I going to compare? I was like, wow, that is such a big learning point or just bad luck because what are the chances? I've done it a lot and nobody else has said it's their favorite movie in a normal other person's mind. They just vaguely remembered it. So it's like very entertaining for a lot of the auditions that I did for people. Anyway, but there's a twist to the story just before I was going to tank into self-doubt. Like she gave me a great note. She said, now do it. And then she looked at my face. Do it in another language. Boom. Of course, I did not. Actually, I might have because it's actually an acting tip to do the scenes in a different language. So I might have done it, but not like that week. You know what I mean? She was like on the spot, do it in a different language. And another person might not have been able to do it, but I also being an simultaneous translator before, it had helped me. Like, I would never know that would help me in my acting, but that did. So on the spot, there's no prep time. Boom, in front of about 25. I did a scene in Mandarin. Wow. And of course, it was perfect because nobody else knew Mandarin, so they don't know that I probably messed up here and there. But of course, I pulled it through, and boom, the room was impressed. My job was done. And I hope I impressed her. I definitely impressed myself. Okay. I think that's all that matters. I don't know how much of this she'll remember. Maybe for a week, she'll be like, But after a week, yeah, she'll just go back to her exec office and just do her casting. But dude, that was impressive. In my books. That's why I wanted to record it. And what better way to do it than in a podcast? Of course, it's going to be non-relatable because unless you're an actor, I don't know how many of you understood what I was talking about, but that has been the actor story. Okay, I did have a few offers for shows, but one of them is an extreme bringer show, 8 people, which I refuse to do a bringer comedy show of that many. It's too stressful. So we'll see when the next show will be. Bye. Follow me on Instagram at SadieCOfficial.